Australia for the very first time in 2 years. This great venue will host the final of Rugby World Cup 2019, and the Wallabies hope they can go all the way and reach their fifth decider. Rare treat for Japanese rugby fans to see a top three nation play in Japan, and their team, the Brave Blossoms, are hunting for another big scalp today. Capacity at this venue is around 72,000. While it's nowhere near full, those who have turned up should be in for a real treat. And the weather today, it's been a perfect start. Clear at the moment. There is a chance of a shower in a couple of hours. Let's hope that the showers stay away for the duration of the match. I'm Greg Clark. Joining me at commentary, Rod Kafer and Phil Kearns.
As the Wallabies, Clarkie, getting ready, they've got to make sure their brains are switched on. We saw what happened with South Africa at the World Cup, and they weren't switched on. You need to be, really at the peak. And there's the Wallaby front rows. CO, Pilota now, and Kepu. Plenty of experience there with 78 caps to Pilota now. The locking combination's been in place for a few tests now. Coleman has proven himself to be outstanding this year. Sean McMahon. Hannigan is playing there instead of Dempsey, and Hooper leading the side.
The back line with Reece Hodge in at fly half, his first game there. Nick Phipps, 58 caps for Nick. Lots of experience. Big centre pairing, isn't it? Karevi and Kurandrani, both of them well over the 100 kilos. Lots of pace out wide. More Fijians, Korobeti Spate, and the ever-present Kurtley Beale has been in career best form.
On the bench, Stephen Moore's farewell tour gets underway, and number 19, Matt Phillip, hopes to make his debut. He hopes to become the 12th debutant for Australia this year. McKelman, good to see him back. If he gets on, it'll be his 50th cap for the Wallabies. Well, Japan just having a quiet moment before they make their way out.
Yeah, you can't underestimate these guys. The hooker, Hori, been around for quite a long time, played a lot of really high-level rugby, 52 caps to Shota Hori. Asahara, the prop, 113 kilos, strong, very strong man. Himano and Helu, really good locks, 115 kilos to Helu, so he's not a small man. And Leach, Murphy, now watch that guy run the footy, unbelievable. And Nonamaki can play.
Tanaka at scrum half and Matsuda fly half, plays a lot of rugby outside Berwick Barnes in the 12 position at club. Panasonic, Tarakawa and Lafayette, both not the biggest men. They're going to be up against a big pairing for the Wallabies. Matsushima at fullback, Lamiki, the Rio Olympian, on the wing, and Noguchi as well.
And on the bench, four men who hope to make their debut for Japan today. Number 18, Asaeli Aivalu, 28 years of age, and 19, Vimpi van der Vault from South Africa originally, and also number 20, Lautami, and 23, Sione T. Alpa. So 5 of the 23 named for Japan today on debut, and they are very passionate supporters, no doubt about that. Both the teams will be making their way out together. The Japanese are ranked 11th in the world rankings, Australia 3. And Japan had a hit out against the World 15 in Fukuoka last week. They were on the wrong end of a 47-27 scoreline, but today's lineup looks much stronger. And they started their 2017 international campaign with 5 wins, 2 against Korea, 2 against Hong Kong, and they also beat Romania. But since then, they've lost 2 tests against Ireland, and of course they lost to the World 15 last week, coached by Robbie Deans. So the teams make their way out. The Wallabies, it's been 10 years since they have played Japan, and the men in gold are hoping to maintain their unbeaten run, coming off 3 wins on the trot. Last week's victory over the Barbarians in a friendly. They beat the All Blacks and the Pumas in official tests prior to that. First of 4 tests this month for Australia, all on the road. After today, they travel north to take on Wales, England and Scotland. Unbeaten in their past 5 tests, 3 wins and 2 draws. And the Wallabies are hoping to win 3 tests in a row for the first time in 2017. No Foley, no Genia, no Dempsey today. And Japan, now they hope to break a 4-game losing streak against Australia and beat the Wallabies for the very first time. There's Himano, Kasuki Himano from the Toyota club, who's usually a flanker, but they're desperate to try and find a couple of world-class locks. So today it's Himeno and Helu who gets the opportunity to cement a spot in that second row, if you like. Last time Japan beat a team ranked above them was November 2016. They beat Georgia 28-22. So the scene at Yokohama Stadium, the venue that will host the final of Rugby World Cup 2019. Pretty good conditions for these two teams who have declared that they will try and play some running rugby today. Time for the anthems. Good to see plenty of gold in the crowd today.
Next, the national anthem of Japan.
Michael Leach, the captain of Japan. Jamie Joseph is the coach. And the officials today, Nick Bright is the referee from New Zealand. Television match official Ben Skeen from New Zealand. And on the touchlines, Mike Fraser from New Zealand and Tim Baker from Hong Kong. It's been a big week in rugby in Japan with the venues being decided, announced this week for Rugby World Cup 2019. Australia will play Fiji in Sapporo, Wales in Tokyo, Americas 2 in Oita, either Canada or Uruguay, and they'll play Georgia in Shizuoka. The 4 pool games in Pool D for the Wallabies. A lot smaller in stature, the Japanese, but gee, they've got some toe out wide and plenty of ticker as well. And Matsuda, big opportunity for him today in the 10 jersey. They played 4 times. Australia have won all 4, twice in 1975, once in 1987, once in 2007. And Reece Hodge wearing the 10 jersey for the first time in his international career. Played fly half in junior rugby and also for the Australian under-20s. Bernard Foley not available for this one. The last time they played was the 2007 Rugby World Cup. That was in Lyon, France, and Australia won 91 points to 3. Elsom scored a hat-trick that day. Latham, Barnes, Mitchell all scored doubles. It's going to be Lamano Lemeki, the right winger, to get us underway. The Rio Olympian in sevens. And the test match, the historic test match, Australia and Japan. The first time they've clashed on Japanese soil is underway. So Phipps goes in digging. Gives it to Scott Seo. Back to Beale, fullback today. Fairly clinical exit. Down to Kotaro Matsushima. Picked up 5 caps for the Rebels in Super Rugby. Season or 2 ago. And that's a good chase, and Beale goes to ground. Hannigan. Looking to spin it wide. McMahon really looking forward to his clash with his Melbourne Rebels teammate Emanaki Murphy, both wearing number 8 today. And the ball stolen illegally. So the first penalty goes to the Wallabies.
Line speed good from the Japanese, pushing up, and the Australians under a little bit of pressure. Good spacing in their defence, Cave.
Yeah, they dealt with it quite nicely. Wallabies again looking for their forwards to just have that tiny bit of evasion. Important in the front line. Reece Hodge will do the kicking for touch, probably the goal kicking. See the penalty here. Ball ripped out. Jeez. Probably ripped it out before he hit the ground. Referee missed that.
Yep.
Oh, and then Phipps makes the mistake. Well, this is going to be interesting for you, Phil Kearns, and for all forwards around the world.
Yeah,
scrum
looking forward
time
to this bit. Yeah, see how the Japanese aim up against a much larger front row. The Japanese props really squat, solid, strong legs. You can see a quadricep there and a big tight head there. Asahara, strong.
So the Wallabies with the weight advantage. Shota Horie, 53rd test match for the hooker. One of the most experienced Inagaki, 7th test match. The loose head and the tight head Asahara, only his 9th cap.
Yeah, Horie, a really experienced guy, well respected in world rugby.
Well, there's a wasted opportunity by Japan, pre-engage. So a free kick to the Wallabies. Australia, the 7th Tier 1 nation to play Japan in Japan. We're still waiting for England, France and South Africa to tour. Good take from Michael Leach. And a good clearance from Japan. Not going to find touch. So Hodge gives it to Beale, who will appreciate some extra space today. Counter-attacking from fullback. Got a good ball back to Phipps, and Coleman on to Pelota now. CO. Simmons just couldn't offload. And now the penalty goes against Australia. Holding on is the call. And Rod Kafer, the referees have been told to look at the laws just a little differently on this Northern Tour, or all of the test matches in November.
Want to look at a potential dangerous tackle. Yes. No arms by Red. About 4 phases back as Gold were on attack.
Okay, we're looking for some foul play as well by one of the Japanese players.
It'll be the tackle on Tatafu Pelota now. Yeah. Just whether the arms were used or not, he will see Tatafu, player going in. Doesn't use the arms, it's just a shoulders only. His arms are on the ground, as you can see. That'll be the reversal.
Director, it will be that second angle that we want to see again.
Just got it all wrong, didn't he? Shot the Horiet.
Yeah, he's looking to make good impact there, and Taff was a bit closer than he expected. Wasn't much he could do,
Those
really.
are the best angles.
Okay, so what I'm seeing is there's no force, so it's not that dangerous, but he hasn't tried to wrap, so it needs to be a penalty. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Okay, and the mark?
Is back on the 10.
Okay, centre field, yeah?
That's correct.
And number 2? Okay. Number 2,
Wallabies
yeah?
just with their little passing.
So he
through
just hasn't
their
used the arms.
forwards.
There's not a lot of force, but we've got to use the arms.
Sometimes find
Number
themselves
2?
with a lack of numbers at the breakdown.
Arms in the tackle.
1-2 passes, particularly get taken
Am I
out.
in the right spot here?
And we saw that when the Wallabies got turned over.
Yeah.
Lucky to come back get the lucky break
Just
here
hold
with
for a moment, Nick.
a illegal tackle.
Going back to the variations the referees have been asked to look at.
Yeah, some changes in scrummaging, of course. No pre-engaging. Hookers must strike. Range of other changes around the offside and what's appropriate, the ruck and the breakdown.
Looking at the pillars, not being involved in the ruck.
Yeah, not being in front of the ball, not being offside. Just trying to clean up some areas in the game that might have got a little bit sloppy recently. Good thing.
Bellotta now finds Coleman.
Okay, that's once. Going backwards.
Best opportunity so far. And good defence by the Japanese, so Wallabies have to try and go wide, and Karevi hits it up in midfield. Back to Phipps, and now Kepu. The line speed is good from Japan. Back to Phipps. Karevi. Murphy makes the tackle. Now to the right again. Kepu. No way through there. Quick recycle though. And Hodge, wide they go. And Korobetti. Coleman. Tackles are good at the moment. Running onto it to Tafu Pelota now. Back to Phipps and Beale. Wide they go, Karevi. Nobody in front of him. And Samu Karevi. Third start at number 12, and he's got his 4th test try.
Yeah, the Wallaby forwards really direct with their running, really straight, sucking in the Japanese defence. There's Tatafu hitting it up straight, gets the quick ball delivery and straight to Kirtley at first receiver, cuts out Hodge. Easy for Karevi.
No
Really
problem.
good to
start.
see the Wallabies again carrying on from where their forwards left off against the All Blacks a few weeks ago. Just that tiny little bit of evasion. Tatafu Pelota now did exactly the right thing. He didn't run straight at the person, ran at the break, looked to try to go through the middle. 3 of the players from Japan had to converge, and then he delivered quick ball, which allowed the easy try on the outside, all built around good, strong carries and quick ball, which is what the Wallabies want. Contrast, Japan are really heavy at the breakdown, trying to compete, trying to stop the quick ball for the Wallabies.
I noticed a nice little bit of footwork from Sukopi Kepu a couple of times there going to the breakdown.
Reece Hodge with the kicking duties. Find it a bit strange kicking from only about 30 metres out. And this one is over. Nice start.
Jeez, he just tapped that and it went about 50 metres.
It's a great sound to the way he kicks the ball. It's a real different thump that he gives it.
Karevi and Kurandrani, the centre combination for the first time since they played against England in Melbourne in 2016. So Beale. Not out. That's Ashima. So Japan just needs to hold on to this pill for a while now. Work their way upfield. It's a good carry from Emanaki Murphy. Short side they go. Floating with the touchline, and they make a mess of it.
Great defence, Sukopi Kepu. Brilliant on the kick chase. Stayed alive, worked hard. Jamie Joseph, Tony Brown.
John Plumtree there as well. He's been released by the Hurricanes for a short time to help sort out the forwards. The Hurricanes assistant coach.
2 from 2 from Kepu, defended brilliantly.
Here's McMahon having a run and good defence, but he pops it back to Nick Phipps, who kicks downtown. And this one is going to be too big. We will come all the way back. 8 minutes gone. Australia leading Japan 7 points to 0.
McMahon, he was so strong in that test against the All Blacks. He's maintaining that. Really good contact there. Stayed on his feet.
Good challenge for Nick Phipps. 2 early errors. He'll be disappointed in that.
Last time we fell in.
Drop ball, kick going too long. Just panicked a bit with the ball in his hands. Just needs to downplay his game now. Relax into it. I like him as a footballer. He's active. Exactly the sort of thing you want from a halfback. It's his errors occasionally that let him down. Just relax. Play into the rhythm of the game.
Stay alive, Hayes. Stay alive. Time off. Hookers. We've set 3 scrums. They've all been completely pre-engaged. We need to change our attitude around that or we're going to have problems, okay? Can you sort that out? Yeah, pre-engage.
A warning to the front rows. What about this Australian front row? CO, Pelota now and Kepu. It's their 6th start together and they're unbeaten.
Yeah, they've really started to combine. Well, that combination was always there with Kepu and Pelota now, and it's CO that's really worked into it now. They're a good combination. Scrummed well against the All Blacks and South Africans and Argentines. Scrum didn't go backwards too often.
Fumiaki Tanaka, formerly of the Highlanders, puts the ball in and the penalty goes to the Wallabies.
Yeah, you can see the pressure that Scott CO put right through Asahara then.
The man from Toshiba, Takuma Asahara, 30 years of age.
Gee, that's great, isn't it, to get a big boot down the field like that, gaining 30, 40 metres, Reece Hodge.
Yeah. CO just applying the pressure. Reece Hodge wasn't trying to kick it that far, Kearns. He got a little drop of the ball and hooked it a little bit, but happy. Big and happy.
Big and happy.
Plotter now finds Coleman. Phipps gives it to Hodge. Inside is Spate, straight through. Henry Spate, try to Australia. What a try.
Well, beautiful line out. Really clean ball that they're getting. Certainly a height advantage over the Japanese, so they'd want that to happen. Really good ball, great service and delivery, and look at a lovely pill back on the inside, left to right pass, the Spate flying through.
The other thing that was beautiful about that play was everybody from the line out across the back line were perfectly positioned. They ran their lines brilliantly. The decoy from Kurandrani was perfect. Reece Hodge took the absolute right line. Sometimes as a 10, you can get too lateral in that line and go across field too much. Hodge just took the line, just started to straighten a fraction off his left foot before he put the ball back into Spate. Spate perfectly timed. You could see the momentum that he took as he got the ball and went through the line. Great try.
His 3rd for this season, his 4th in his career, Henry Spate. And Hodge looking to add the extras. Looking to cap off this good start by the Wallabies. No problem from point blank range, and so it is 14 points to 0. Spate the try scorer as Michael Checker and Stephen Larkham look on. Interesting that this is the first time that Australia has fielded an all Fijian born 3-quarter line. 2 centres, 2 wingers.
Yeah, given a lot to Australian rugby, Fijian people.
So here's another kick-off by Japan. Down to Hodge. Taken on the 22.
Carry back 9.
Coleman. Japan just can't get their hands on the pill. Back in the pocket is Beale. Hurries it somewhat. But safely into touch. Curtly playing his 68th test match, his 28th at fullback. so far for the Wallabies this year. Since he joined them again at the Rugby Championship stage, he's had the most carries in 2017, second most metres, line breaks and offloads. He's been in hot form. So Japan, what can they do with it?
Sneaky at the front of the line out.
Murphy goes to ground. Tanaka waits. They shovel it on. Raffaelli goes to ground. Plenty of gold jumpers in there to make the tackle, but not held, so he gets up and goes again. Tanaka. Horia.
Missed the ball, he missed the ball. Better come now.
Slow coming out of there for Tanaka. And McMahon raced up on that occasion.
Good defence from the Wallabies. They're fast off the line.
Oh, and Corabetti hits his opponent around the rib cage.
And he got straight up too. That was well done. Oh, Corabetti, wow.
Belotted out, and Beale to Hodge just shovels it on to the captain, Hooper. Now it's Coleman looking to get involved, the man from the Western Force. And not releasing on that occasion.
Here we go. Number 5, you're lying on top of the ball.
Murphy did really well. Then such a strong man. All over Coleman then.
Defence of the Wallabies has been improving week on week, and you can see it again this afternoon. The venom in their line speed and what they want to achieve, and they want to keep running through players. It's a great tackle on Adam Coleman, got caught a little bit high. Murphy straight in on the ball. Coleman just got trapped on top of it. Got caught with the carry a little high, a little bit one out, got turned over.
Receiver 2 metres, it's hold the gap.
Referee wants it again.
Ready for the throw.
A lot of movement in that Japanese line out. Guys all over the place.
Well, it is an experienced locking partnership. Himeno and Helu. Himeno on debut. Helu only his 7th cap.
Well, they have to rely on line-out variation and a bit of surprise because they don't have the tallest line-out in the world. So they've got to do things a little tricky.
Shot to Horia. Goes long. Read that one pretty well. Tanaka. So good field position now, and that's Suda. Gets up and goes again. Pelota now holds on. Raffaelli. An advantage has been played here for the Brave Blossoms from Japan. Kick pass. And it's into touch. So we'll come back for the penalty.
Number 12 offside.
Really attack. Japan just a lot of commitment into the contact. Wallabies up to the task.
They're running these very, very acute unders line back at the ball, Kearnsey, with often off the halfback. They're just looking for the Wallabies defence to get a little bit sloppy on the inside, and they'll find a little inside shoulder. We call that sort of running the inside shoulder line, where you're looking at a guy who's going to drift off. What the Wallabies have become much better at is being very straight in how they defend. They come forward first. They don't drift off to the side. It's been a real feature of the change in their defensive strategy. Watch the Wallabies and how they push up straight together.
Good start.
Really
Just keep
effective.
working on space, gold space.
Looking at the fingers here of Matsuda.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rod Kafer, did you strap your fingers like that?
Ceremonial.
Ceremonial? Okay.
Is it Clarkie? What does it celebrate exactly on?
It's celebrating his 10th Test match, the man from the Panasonic Wild Knights, and he sends it down the middle, and Japan are on the board.
I think you might be slightly Japanese, Clarkie. Your pronunciation is immaculate, these Japanese names. Wow.
Best in the business, Kearnsey, you know that.
Joseph, it's not all that hard. A real mixture of various nationality in the Japanese team. Plenty of Pacific Island-born players. There's the return from Japan. 14 points to 3. Beal running it to halfway. Good strong tackle, but it comes back for Phipps. CO to Kepu. Simmons. Now Coleman. Over halfway. Quick hands. Simmons on to Pelota now. Hodge. Over to Beal. That was taken by the Lucy. Shunskai. Nunamaki. And now Simmons lays it back. Phipps getting a little messy in there. Pelota now. Good tackle around the bootlaces by Uwe Helu. The try scorer first up, Karevi. CO. And back to Hodge.
Playing some good respect to that Japanese defence.
One bounce into touch. He's played wing for the past 5 tests, Reece Hodge.
A little bit Wallabies just going, just oscillating. One ruck to the left, one ruck to the right, one ruck to the left. Seem to be finding themselves a little bit flat-footed. Need to think about something else of maybe unlocking the Japanese defence. Japan have become very used to that and are just up and tackling, resetting. You can see them on the open side here. 7 just pointing there, ready to defend.
Uwe Helu from Yamaha. Scored a try against the World 15 last week. Played 10 games for the Sunwolves in 2017. Jamie Joseph, what a career. 20 caps for the All Blacks and 9 caps for Japan. 92 to 95 for the All Blacks and then 9 tests for Japan in the World Cup year, 1999.
And played for the Wanneroo Club in Perth. Had a stint over there.
Well-travelled man, Jamie Joseph. You jumped against him in a line-out once as well, from memory.
I lost.
Philip Coombs making a rare appearance off the bench as a flanker.
As a flanker, I was. A World 15 game way back in 1990.
Well, we've got an opportunity to speak about your era, Ian Williams.
Yes.
What about Ian? He played for the Wallabies and had 1 test for Japan. It was at the old Cardiff Arms Park, I believe, in Cardiff in 1993.
Played for Kobe Steel, was his club side in Japan. Back in Australia now. Very well respected businessman amongst Japanese and Australian business.
Congratulations to Wimpy van der Walt, the man born in South Africa who has 19 Super Rugby caps for the Kings and Bulls. So he is on there, and unfortunately Uwe Helu comes from the field. Now a little bit of space for Lameki. Tanaka. The box kick. And Beal. Now they're offside. You heard the referee telling Kasuki Himeno, number 4, that he was offside. Halfway through the first half. 2 tries to 0. 14-3 Wallabies over Japan. And Hodge looking to punch it into the corner.
A bit of confusion here from the Wallabies in the backfield. Kirtley trying to get back. Nick Phipps not sure who should go for the ball.
Wanted the back by Hennigan, down to Hooper.
Oh,
And
good hit.
big tackle coming in from Nunamaki on Corabetti. A good field position for the Wallabies, and Hodge just tried to get it out too quickly on that occasion. It was intercepted by Japan, saving the day.
Good reaction time from Kurandrani to adjust from attack to defence then.
Leach with a solid run, the captain. Rebecca chasing and taking it. Good work by the right winger, the man from Honda Heat. And now it is Matsuda. And Hooper is right over the top of him. And it's still there for Japan. Tanaka, again the box kick. A little deeper this time, and so Hodge was able to take it just before Inagaki arrived. Lotta now on to Hennigan. Beale. Wide ball. Great touch for Kurandrani. Phipps. Sakopi Kepu. Steele was good. But now it's going to come back for the Wallabies. McMahon gives it to Beale. A lot of now. Out wide. Beale kicking for Corabetti. He gets the bounce. Marika Corabetti tried to run right over the top of the fullback Matsushima, but the little man held on. Yeah. No clear release there. Penalty to Australia.
Nice option from Kurtley. Beale recognised the opportunity for the little dink over the top. Japan very flat in the way they're defending. They're seeing the Australian threat as being a running one, so everybody's flat except for the fullback. You can see here, nicely weighted kick. Does really well. Nice tackle too in the end. Really good stuff from Matsushima.
Fimpy's made an impact too since he's been on, only a couple of minutes, and made a good impact. Tatafu Polona now, he's had a good game already, getting good quick ball away, now controlling the back of that maul.
He's been very busy, plenty of carries from the hooker, but he's got a trapped under the arm at the moment. Advantage is being played, and now he breaks away and he gets over the line. Tatafu Polona now.
Yeah, he's deserved that. He's really worked hard this afternoon. You saw him get the ball out wide a few minutes ago, created some space for the Wallabies. His contact's been good, body height good at the back of this, and kept that maul together when it had the potential to fall apart. Coleman dragging him through the middle, trying to hold off that Japanese defence on his own. As you can see, it starts to fall apart there, and Tatafu knows it's time to start to break free, and there he goes.
Jeez, there's some blokes working hard in that maul to keep it up, Kearnsey, weren't there? Some, just those little things that, you know, you can, in the middle of a maul there, you can get a little bit lazy and just lose your feet, fall over and take the easy option out. McMahon, Hooper, Coleman in the middle of that maul did everything they could to keep themselves up, and they just bought that extra 5 seconds, which allowed Tatafu to crash over.
Tatafu's second try in 2017, his fourth in a career. It's been going for some time now, 79th cap today. Still without a club for 2018. And there's another 2 off the boot of Reece Hodge, and Tatafu Polona now. He ran about 50 tests without a try. Now he's got 2 in his past 6.
Fair play.
Yeah. He fell out of form for a little while there. Scrummaging's always been his strength. His line-out throwing was a bit of a struggle. He's obviously worked hard on that, and it's been very good this year.
Hodge, nowhere to go, so takes it into contact. Simmons. Oh, wild pass. Cleaned up in the end by Corabetti. CO. Now they'll look to clear. And Beale finds touch.
He's not making great contact with his punt today, Kirtley.
Seems like he's just jerking at it a little bit fast in the action. It's one of the things that Reece Hodge will just start to have to adjust. How does he keep himself out of the clean out, out of the play, so he can kick? I've seen him carry and clean out and do all the things that as a 10. Just got to adjust your thought process a little bit.
Shot to Horia. Oh, it's a poor throw. And the Wallabies say thank you. And Hooper gets it out to Karevi, who offloads to Kurandrani. Good work by the centres. The arm is out. Advantage being played for the Wallabies as Pelota now wants more action in the open. Hooper. Hennigan. Oh, beautiful ball around the corner from Kepu to Sio. He flicks one out the back and off. Phipps just couldn't control it. And so coming away with it now is Ryuji Noguchi. And the penalty goes against Australia, a relieving penalty for Japan.
Oh, what a great option. First Sakopi Kepu. Now this was smart play from the Wallabies. Forwards shifted the ball, got it out to their big centres, and both of them did the job. Karevi then to Kurandrani. And then this could have been one of the great tries of all time. I love seeing a loose head prop throw that reverse flick past Kurdsey. Where's it been?
Oh, and just off the back of last week in the Barbarians game, the front rower, chip kicking.
Love it. Sakopi Kepu just bending that line. He's done it so many times, and this is the sort of skill set that we're hoping to see much more of as the team develops it. It's something that's been a work in progress after the last couple of years. We can see the passing and the interaction between the forward pack. It's coming.
And what is good, Rod, is that the Wallabies have already scored 3 tries so far in this first half. And going into this test match, they'd scored 42 tries in 10 tests in 2017. They'd only scored 39 in all 15 tests last year, so they're well ahead in the try-scoring department compared to last year. Stephen Larkham now full-time on the coaching staff. Mick Byrne, a little more time with these guys, developing the skills.
And combination and cohesion starting to come as well, Clarkie. We spoke about the front row being together and playing games together, and no surprise it's Kepu to Sio to Tafu Pelota now. You just start to understand how to play with the guys around you.
Confidence does amazing things for you.
The challenge for the Wallabies is to ensure that they continue to work hard at the breakdown. Japan are very heavy over the ball. They've had a good start to this test. And the expectation should be that they can drive on and win it convincingly.
They win a line out, and then they kick it away. And Hodge. Taken in a good tackle by Lamano Lemeki. Coleman moves it out to Pelota now. And that's great work. Great work at the breakdown by Kasuki Himeno. He's a lock today, usually a flanker, and you can see his work over the ball there.
Yeah, second one today that he's got. Over the top, maintains his feet. Yeah, good play. Pumped up.
Yep, the issue, again, when you throw that little pass, you've got to be good at getting around and supporting, and Adam Coleman threw the pass, but then didn't do enough to get his body on the player over the ball, and it's a soft turnover they'll be disappointed about.
Ricky Matsuda from the Panasonic Wild Knights, coached by Robbie Deans. Actually 7 Panasonic players in this match day 23 today, the most representatives. And there is the kick, and it's away. So His first miss of the day. Usually an inside centre playing outside Berwick Barnes, trying to learn as much as possible off the former Wallaby fly half. It remains 21 points to 3. Yokohama International Stadium. It will host the final of Rugby World Cup 2019. And if you didn't catch the news this week, in Pool D, Australia will be playing Wales, Georgia, Fiji and America too.
Good kick from Reece Hodge.
Australia will be playing in cities like Sapporo, Tokyo, Oita and Shizuoka in the pool section. That's still to come. Meanwhile, out wide they go. And Karevi takes plenty of stopping. In the end, it was Lafaeli who went around the bootlaces. Comes back for Phipps. McMahon running pretty high. It works his way to the ground. Now Hennigan, the Australian Rugby Rookie of the Year for 2017. Blotter now offloading to Kepu. Oh, there's another great offload from Kepu. And Kurandrani gives it to Hodge backing up. He steps. Well tackled though. Seo charging into that defensive line. Fimpy Thunderbolt holds on. Beale out to Karevi from a standing start. Good work around the bootlaces by Nuno Maki. Now it is Spate looking to get involved. Phipps. Simmons coughing it up. Good opportunity for a player like Rob Simmons on this tour because there's no Lucan Tui, Isaac Rodder, two of the young guns injured.
Yeah, and a good hit from Inagaki there. Went in low, got the shoulder and knocked the ball out. Wallabies look good when they start to go wide.
No pre-engage.
Japanese are ready for them in close.
Japan battling some injuries at the moment as well. They're missing their best strike weapon. There's no Akihito Yamada, who has scored 19 tries in his 23 test caps, and he scored 9 tries in 10 games for the Sunwolves as well. So Yamada is not there. There's the kick pass across to Noguchi, and not the biggest player out there, and easily bundle over the touchline. 32 minutes gone. Australia 21, Japan 3.
Good skills to put that kick through, good confidence, but got to work your way inside immediately when you haven't got that bulk.
Good line-out win by Simmons. Down to Michael Hooper. It's a run across field.
Someone was late on their run then.
Ball went backwards, so McMahon with a good carry. Good strong run. And Beale, oh, almost intercepted, but Kurandrani has a clear run to the line. Tavita Kurandrani. So we've had Kurandrani, we've had Karevi, we've had Spate. 3 of the Fijian-born three-quarters have got themselves on the score sheet.
Well, it was a lovely ball from Reece Hodge. I mean, the run from McMahon, like the one against the All Blacks a few weeks ago, dragging people with him. And this is a lovely hand-on from Hodge, and Kirtley changed his angle just at the last minute, straightened it, and Kurandrani responded.
Yeah, nicely worked try. The benefit of quick ball at the breakdown. That's a great clean out from Hannigan. And a nice ball from Kirtley Beale. Nice use of space there from the Wallabies. I like when we see our big centres running in that 5-metre channel with a winger. Really difficult place and part of the field to defend, and defend well. Opens up opportunities for those,
Nick,
both inside and outside.
The left-hand corner of the scoreboard gives you real time at the moment. That is indeed.
Perfect day with the boots so far for Reece Hodge.
No.
First start at fly half for Reese. 9 tests on the wing, 5 tests as inside centre. Came off the bench 6 times. And he gives it plenty of height, doesn't he? And the direction is good again. It's over.
Just his timing. Striking of the ball is superb.
It's been a good first 30-odd minutes from Reese. It's exactly what you'd want. You've got nice, good front foot ball. And he's just underplaying his hand nicely.
McMahon. Back to Phipps and Simmons. Back to Beale. Carried back. He goes high for Spate to chase. Taken by Noguchi. Gets it back to Matsushima. He's claimed. Tanaka.
Oh, nice step.
And then losing it after all that.
Jeez,
Kazuki
well.
Himeno had done all the hard work.
He did. He's played well today. A couple of turnovers, some good defence. Bust through the good step off the right foot.
Referee wants to chat to the captains.
This gap thing's a problem. It's the law. It's not up to me. We have to deal with it. I've been trying to get your front rows to work. They're not listening. So I'm throwing it at you guys and you're forcing my hand, really. So can you get a change for me?
Yeah, I'll change for you.
We need a gap. Okay, let's get it.
Michael Leach. It's his 44th start for Japan.
They're just both falling straight into each other.
51st cap. He's the most capped flanker for Japan. Captain for the 20th Test match. He's now 3rd on that list for Japan as far as captains go. We know him from the Chiefs in Super Rugby. 29 years of age now.
Come on. Yes.
Referee just trying to get this scrum engagement settled.
You've got to have a clear gap. You can't be pre-engaged before the pushing because then it ends up everybody going down. You've got to just hold the weight. That's the theory, Kernsey. Let's have a look. When they bind, they can't be shoulders on yet. Better.
Phipps puts it in. McMahon gives it to Phipps and now Hodge to Spate. Loses it. Playing very deep. Oh, and advantage is over. And now a new advantage. Pulling the player down by the collar. It was Lemeki tackled.
Yeah, Tavita Kundrani handle. Just reach up, grab him on the collar. That's a high tackle. Penalty. No problems there.
Matsuda. So can the Japanese score their first try before the break? They need to get the crowd into the game. Wallabies have scored 4 tries so far. Shota Horia, the most capped starting hooker for Japan, finds Leach at the back. It's a 2, Tanaka. No way through there for Matsuda. That's Matsuda passing now, in fact. He gets up and goes again, Kotaro Matsushima. Nunamakari. Tanaka, Thunderbolt. Matsuda, dummies, they don't fall for it, but terrific opportunity here for Japan. Oh yeah, just trying to steal another metre or 2. I'll be disappointed with that because they were certainly building up nicely.
See here if Samu Karevi, still on him, gets him a knee to the ground. The player's tackle's got to get to his feet before he plays the ball. Again, crawled along the ground. Fair penalty.
So Hodge finds touch.
Been a good first half. Clarkie from the Wallabies, fairly disciplined. A couple of new things out of their playbook, which has been good to see.
Lotta now finds Coleman. Hodge, Beale. Running onto it is Karevi. Pushing players out of the way. Hodge and Simmons out wide. Kepu not looking for the offload on that occasion, but pops it back. And here's Spate. Lotta now. Good line speed by Japan.
Stolen.
And then stolen, and then they cough it up. And it's been picked up by Hooper, who puts it on the toe. Who's chasing? Nobody at this stage, and so Noguchi fires it over.
Oh, good play.
That's Ashima. And Tanaka kicking it away.
Space here to the left.
And Beale is heading that way with Hodge. Corabetti stepping, fending, and offloading. Kurandrani. Nobody in front of him. He's got a double. Tavita Kurandrani.
Yeah, Michael Hooper's desire to keep the ball in play, to keep it moving. The Japanese look good when Matsushima had the ball, made some breaks out wide.
Good play here. It's good work from the players in front of the ball. They're all working to try to get back. Watch Corabetti come off the left here, how quick he is. Bang, that left foot step. Just tied defenders, and he knew if he got a little half break, Tavita slotted in beautifully in behind the ball, worked to get back behind the ball, and then had a nice, comfortable run.
It's a great support line from behind the pill. He didn't rush Corabetti at all, gave him plenty of time.
17 test tries now for Tavita Kurandrani. Nice combination, wasn't it, with Corabetti, Tavita and Samu Karevi. They know each other pretty well. They played touch footy back of the church in their younger days. But I don't think they've played a lot of rugby together, Kurandrani and Corabetti. It looked like they had. Reece Hodge looking to put the icing on the cake in what has been an impressive first half. The Wallabies have taken most of their opportunities. Plenty of work ahead for Japan in the second 40.
He's taking his time. He's done a lot of work.
And this one looking good again. It's over. It's 5 from 5 for Reece Hodge, with 10 on his back today. And 5 tries for the Wallabies. So at half-time, Australia 35, Japan 3.
We'd like to think so. A lot of water to go under the bridge before then, but it is a nice start here on this day for Australia over Japan. They lead it 35-3 as we head back to Yokohama.
So the Wallabies, 40 minutes into their spring tour, still to come, Wales, England and Scotland. And it's important that they go on with the job now. Most first half points since Rugby World Cup 2011. They scored 47 against Russia in the opening 40. So the second half underway. Hodge kicking off, and Japan with a lot of work to do. So they immediately bang it downtown, and Kurtley Beale runs it back. Hasn't played fullback since Rugby World Cup quarter-final 2015 against Scotland. No Israel Folau on tour. Carmichael Hunt injured. So Phipps. Hodge. Not a lot happening out there. Has to take the tackle, and Japan go in and claim it. But then it comes back to the Wallabies illegally, so the penalty will go to Japan. Just got isolated, Rob.
Yep. Just a little bit sloppy Couple of phases there. Curtly Bill on the counter-attack, just elected to run, didn't pass. Becomes an easy target for the defence. I know he was trying to slip through in and around Adam Coleman, who was trying to just run a little block for him. And the Wallabies found themselves one out. Kearnsey, what a great moment at the Tafu Pilota now. Had the most number of runs ever in a test match for him just then.
And he's still got 39 to go.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Having a great game.
Now, if there's one side that knows how to put a rolling maul together with great height, it's the Japanese. They get down very low. Let's see if they're going to play that option this time.
Shota Haria finds his captain, Michael Leach. And the crowd getting into the game now. At the back, it is the number 8, Amanaki Murphy, Super Rugby Player of the Year 2017.
Oh, they're all in. Backs.
Japan looking for the perfect start to the second half.
Simmons did a good job there to drag it down.
So Leach goes to ground. Tanaka, Thunderbolt, Zimpy, 3 metres out. Tanaka, what an opportunity for Japan.
Oh, Hooper.
And now it is Himeno. Korobetti. Advantage being played for Japan, and they throw it wide. And Spate is over there. It's been intercepted. Will come back for the penalty. Offside Australia. Real pressure coming from the Brave Blossoms. Lemecki over on the right wing.
Gee, what a brilliant rolling maul it was. Really had the Wallabies going backwards. Not enough defenders in there from the Wallabies.
And one about 15 metres to the left. You can choose your mark, Mitchell.
Got a couple of options here.
Scrum call.
Scrum time call.
Just it was two the first time and you the second. Just not starting too tight on the line. No. There's 2 phases just here. Yeah, just not starting on the side.
I don't know what was said by Jamie Joseph, Tony Brown and John Plumtree at half-time. The brains trust for Japan, but they fired them up.
Get busy.
The last scrum of the first half, there's the gap.
Yeah. Thunderbolt being outstanding.
A bit shell-shocked, Japan, early on. They'd come in with an intention of obviously defending well. The Wallabies were getting the offloads away, getting around them. Here's a chance now.
Lemecki with 14 on his back, putting the ball in. Marthy picks it up at the back. Oh, he's half a metre out.
Lost goal, lost.
Thunderbolt, pick and go. They drive in behind him. He's over the line, but looks to be held up. Tanaka pointing to the spot, saying it's on the ground.
Time off. Yes,
Did Fimpy Thunderbolt get it down? Has he scored a try on debut for Japan?
We're surprised if there's ever going to be a camera then.
So can you just check it and see if there's any reason why I can't award a try here, please?
Checking footage for any reason.
Surface being chopped up. So up to the TMO, Ben Skeen from New Zealand.
Again, it's gone to the question of any reason, so the ref thinks it's a probable try. If we don't see anything, it'll be a try. Wallabies will be disappointed with that start.
From the start, please.
Good scrum from the
player
Japanese.
picks up the ball at
They
the base
got
of
the edge
ruck.
of a quick hit on the Wallabies. Edged that scrum forward and got the go forward. And then Murphy, great run from him to get them close to the line. This is Vimpy.
McMahon underneath him.
You're not going to be able to see the line from that angle. Oh, that
Ball
ball's
is on the ground, but was he over the line at the time?
Thank you, Director. I have a decision.
Looks to be a try from that angle.
Nick, there is no reason.
Okay.
Try to Japan. Perfect start to the second half. Try on debut. for the man who has played Super Rugby for the Bulls and also for the Kings, Wimpy Thunderbolt.
Yeah, he's done well since he came on the field. Yeah, you're allowed to smile, Wimpy.
Yeah, excellent start for Japan after the break. Wallaby sloppy, got punished for it.
And there's the extra 2. And so it is 35 points to 10. And the fans finally have something to celebrate.
Reece Hodge has got a really good high kickoff when he goes deep. Just hasn't hit him high enough to make them competitive. I think it's a real skill that he can continue to work on. If he can hang this up a long way. No, poor drop again. You saw the ball just dip left. It's ended up a poor drop.
Matsushima sends it downtown. Down to Beale. He's taken by Horia. Phipps. And there's Pelota now with another run. His most ever in a test match. And McMahon throws it back to Hannigan. Taken and a good tackle by Himeno. Hodge. Karevi. McMahon. More structured play now from the Wallabies. And Beale stepping. They hold on to him. Good work at the breakdown by Japan, asking some questions. And it's been stolen by Muffy. And then he gives it back to the Wallabies. And then it's stolen back by Japan. All happening. And the kick is going to beat everybody into touch.
Yeah, he's a little loose carry. The ball stripped there. Murphy went the Wallabies' way to Pelota now. Went back the Japanese way. They didn't want that ball to go into touch. There were some forwards chasing back out there.
Simmons, two-handed take. Down to McMahon, who will be heading to Japan in 2018.
It's out on the floor, that one, is it?
All the forwards straight up offside. Every player's in front.
And offside, Wallaby, so great field position for Japan.
Yeah, Michael Hooper will probably having a little chat to the side at the moment, just about being a little lazy.
So it's 35-10.
Yeah, but they've got to be waiting.
Well, they want points.
So they've just gone, so they've got to stay.
Interesting decision.
As soon as he goes past, they can go. No, they've gone. Yeah.
Just building confidence of Japanese. They look much better this half.
A couple of games coming up later in November for them. They will play Tonga in France, and they'll also play the French national team in France as well. November 18, November 25. All building towards Rugby World Cup 2019 in Japan. Matsuda. Crowd tells the story. Well, over it goes.
10 points in 8 minutes from the Japanese.
Let's see if Reece Hodge can get his kickoff sorted. Just watch the ball drop. Again, looking for the deep one. If that drop right, should be able to hit it high. Watch the ball. It's better.
Plenty of hang time, and Spate goes through, and it's knocked back into the arms of Leach, and now Thunderbolt goes to ground.
Leach did beautifully.
Tanaka with the box kick. And Beale can't control it. Himeno comes up with it for Japan. And the crowd really enjoying this now as they go wide. Remeki. Good tackle from Hooper. Good line speed. Tanaka. Thunderbolt. Kurandrani holds on.
Never lost it.
Again, Hooper racing up at that time. Lafayette want to step on. Tanaka waits. The box kick. This time Hodge is there and takes it. He's claimed immediately by Takuma Asahara. And now Koroibete gets it back to Hennigan. Over the advantage line. Phipps throws the dummy. Gets it away, Koroibete, and now Hennigan again. Phipps. Coleman. Olona now. Good defence by Lafayette down low. And Beale and Hodge. No one wants it. Who picks it up? It's going to be Spake, who gets away from one. Spake. Henry Spake gets it down to Beale, and Beale pops it up to Karevi. Samu Karevi gets the fan going. What a try, Wallabies! Terrific counter-attack. Karevi has got a double.
Well, it was messy until the end. Kirtley ran his beautiful support line, but he always does. Again, backing up behind the man. And that was a really ordinary pass from Hodge, but Spate made the most of it, didn't he? Just kept running and running and running, finding the space, using his feet. A lovely offload. Kirtley come from a long way back. Karevi looking just push off. Oh, I'll have a little skip.
It's twice we've seen Reece Hodge throw that left to right pass as the little floater. He gets his body turned all the way around side on and loses his power. He needs to keep himself a little bit squarer, but the game of rugby's not always perfect. Sometimes those broken situations just create opportunities if you keep working. Pleasing thing was Kirtley Beale never gave up on it, got back into the game, chased Henry Spate through the hole, and Samu Karevi the same, and ended up with a great finish. Good try.
His second double in test matches. Scored 2 against Argentina. Kurandrani has scored a double. It's his first double in a test. And Hodge. First shot of the second half. It's a good one again. So it's 6 from 6 so far. And it is Australia leading Japan 42 points to 13. And Stephen Moore comes on for his 126th Test cap. The only Wallaby in this current squad with the Test cap against Japan prior to today. He was there in 2007.
Well, I guess no one's surprised that Tatafu's having a rest. The thing that's been really impressive about his carries is the speed that he's got the ball back so the halfback can play on. Everything's been quick ball from him.
Sahara is off, so Asiali Ivalu is on debut, and Sione Teopo is out there on debut in 23 as well. Good work by Spate. Simmons goes to ground. Beale goes pretty long, and again.
Yeah, Wallabies all moving forward. Quick taps on now.
And Japan looking to catch them napping as Murphy has a run into the 22. Advantage is being played for Japan. No need to panic. And now Himeno loses the ball, but they were playing advantage, so all of a sudden it's decision time for Japan again. Do they keep the scoreboard ticking over?
Wallabies caught everybody moving forward. The ref will say this.
Yeah, that one there, he's on the wrong side. He has been held afterwards, but he's put himself in a bad position. So the issue I've got is offsides.
Yeah.
So we've had that. We had 2 down here. Yeah. That needs to change. Yeah. outside, mate.
The Wallabies in front of the kicker all
stop until you're onside.
All advancing. The guys in the back line need to work a little bit harder. Someone go hard to put them on, and then check your line. Make the kick chase line a solid one. But forwards see the ball. They know they've got to work to go forward and pull the head up, Kearnsey, and you just start going forward, don't you?
Yeah, one of the backs needs to be talking to them, saying, stand still.
You idiot.
You wouldn't. Yes, exactly right.
I just spoke to them.
That's sort of why they're called forwards, because they go forward. That's the first thought that goes into your head. Go forward.
I didn't know that.
Amazing.
So Japan, they've won their 12th consecutive Asian Championship this year. So it's fair to say they are the powerhouse of Asian rugby. Hong Kong trying to improve, to narrow the gap. Suda. Flags go up. 42-16.
By that rationale, are the backs called backs so they can go backwards?
No, it's just because they stand out the back and do stuff all mostly.
Right.
That's what they called that for.
Okay. Well, I cleared that up. I'm pleased.
54 minutes gone. Spate coming through again. Taken by Noguchi.
Finish on top! Finish on top!
Thunderbolt.
Release, play off.
Charge down. Lost forward by the Wallabies. Matsushima goes to ground.
Smart work from Hooper, not giving away the penalty.
Another charge down.
Always under pressure from the first one. Give her advantage.
It's flag advantage there for the first knock on.
Tanaka under a lot of pressure on his box kick.
Yeah, well, the first one there was a knock on just after that, yeah. Second one's done.
Yeah, you can no longer, under the new laws,
Gap, yes.
stand in front of and block the opposition from the half-back box kick. You can't make that little wall, as we often see a couple of players there holding hands and the ball gets, protects the half-back. So there'll be a lot more pressure on. Might take a bit of a box kicking out of the game, perhaps. Kearnsey won't be.
I won't be upset with that at all.
Shot to Horia.
There are a couple of sides around the world that will be upset. South Africans, masters at it. New Zealand, England, all masters at it.
Our blokes?
Not masters at it.
No.
I've asked and I've asked and forced my hand now.
I love those green and gold eyes of yours. They're perfect, perfectly coloured. Curtis Rona, a bit of warm-up on the sideline. Only the two backs on the bench. Good setup.
Barney's being played for the Wallabies as Moore has it at the back.
Yeah, they just twisted off to the side a little bit. They're still holding it.
And Phipps releases the backs. And a hat-trick. Tavita Kurundwani.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, what a day he's having. The man from the Brumbies. 18th test try, 4th try this season, and his first ever hat-trick.
Well, when you're in doubt of what to do, just go forward. If you're 105 kilo and you're a 6'4" Fijian, that is one of the first things you do. And this is what Karevi does. Gets the ball, not quite sure what to do. I'll just go forward and smash into those blokes and offload. Do another 105 kilo Fijian to score another Wallaby try.
He matches Rocky Elson as a Wallaby to score a hat-trick against Japan. Jay Ryan has also scored a hat-trick. And there's the extra two from Reece Hodge. He's having a wow of the day with the boot as well, isn't he, Reese?
Yeah, and it's good. It is good play off a collapse maul. Don't want to ever send the ball wide because you're vulnerable to turnover. Keep it with your big guys, win the collision in the midfield, and if you can, slip a little offload to another big bloke and he's under the sticks.
So John Ryan scored his hat-trick against Japan in 1975. A little more trivia, which Wallaby has scored the most points against Japan. The answer is Paul McLean. He scored 39 points in those 2 tests, Australia versus Japan in 1975. Phipps. Back to Hodge. 49-16. A fumble there, but in the end, Kotaro Matsushima holds on.
She's hard to pull down.
What?
Strong run there from Ivalu. Out the back it goes, and just shovel it out. Meki flirting with the touchline. Leach, good hands. And the gap opens up for Japan. And Matsuda. He goes to ground. Tanaka. And the penalty goes against Japan after all the lead-up work. Coming through and holding on to a player without the ball. That's another thing the referees have been told to clamp down on.
Gee, it nearly went all horribly wrong, but what about a terrific little bit of hands there from Leach. And wow, off went Matsuda. Just showed some good footwork. Was able to hold it up enough for his support to come through.
Got a man injured on the far side as well for Japan.
Lots of subs on now, Clarkey. The front rows, both the props are on. Curtis Rona out there.
Jamie Joseph and Tony Brown, they were the brains trust for the Highlanders when they won Super Rugby in 2015. John Plumtree has tasted success as assistant coach of the Hurricanes. There's Curtis Rona in jersey 23, his third cap.
Another big unit going into that back line. He'd be about 6'3" or 4.
Lamano Lemeki, New Zealand born, Tongan heritage. Actually had a stint at the Sunnybank Club in Brisbane as well. Lemeki, before heading to Japan, plays for Honda Heat. So the Rio Olympian comes from the field. Let's hope it's not serious because he's a key player for Japan. (21 and 22) coming on. And Yutaka Nagare in 21, his 7th cap. Yu Tamura, his 45th, very experienced. I think Yu Tamura might have been the preferred option to start that fly half, but wasn't able to train all week. So he's had to come from the bench, and now McMahon has a run. He runs into one of the biggest blokes out there. That's Eli Ivalu. Simmons.
Good defence on Simmons.
Phipps. Ella Alatoa. Hooper. He's looking for a record as well. He's equal with Jeremy Paul and Rocky Elsom as far as tries go for Wallaby forwards. They're all on 14 tries at the moment. McMahon. Simmons. Pick and go. Betty in there looking for some work, and Hodge throws the dummy, shows it on the inside and then goes. They didn't fall for it. Here's Karevi. Hennigan. Rona. Cut out pass. McMahon. Beat one. His Rebels teammate. Murphy holds on. Ella Alatoa. Nice build up from the Wallabies, but then it was hammer time. Ivalu got into Tom Robertson's ribs. Ella Alatoa. Now it's Karevi. Hodge, Rona. Got away from one. Curtis Rona, 2. Then throws it back. It came off the legs of Moore, I believe. Oh, and then a big tackle from Hodge on the try line, and it's a try! Well, you can put that one down to the defence of Hodge. The ball came loose, and Phipps dives over for his second try of the season, his 8th in his career.
Yeah, came off Stephen Moore's knee, bounced forward. Matsuda's trying to clean it up and get him out of trouble. And then Reece Hodge came through and Nick Phipps there. The quality thing about that from the Wallabies perspective is the speed of transition between attack and defence there. They went straight into defence mode quickly. Great hit from Hodge.
Super hit from Hodge. One of those situations where he can over-track and drift off and keep going to the right. Checked himself in defence, squared it up. Hit and stick with the shoulder. He's had a heck of a good game, Reece Hodge's first start at 10. Technical issues, left to right pass, something that he'll just need to work on over time. Won't change that quickly. But everywhere else in his game, he's been pretty polished in a good performance. His goal kicking, out of this world. Of course, you'll miss this now that I've mentioned it, but has striped them, Guernsey.
I'm not sure what the statisticians will put down for how far Nick Phipps ran for that try. The donut comes to mind.
So Hodge, oh, he's got the radar working. 8 from 8. Into the 50s. 56 points to 16. $20 about to come on. Ben McKelman, his 50th Test cap. Congratulations to him. Lepeti Tamani is out there for his 10th, replacing Sean McMahon, his Rebels teammate.
Quite a big bench for the Wallabies with Tamani, McCallum and Phillip there. It's unusual to have such size on the Wallaby bench.
And there is a special moment. The latest Wallaby, Matt Phillip, Wallaby number 915. The 12th debutant this season. Congratulations to him.
Reliably told, learnt his rugby at Bill Gola beach volleyball team.
Should be good in the line-out.
Yep.
Good take by Rona. Murphy makes the tackle along with Himeno. Stephen Moore. Rona lays it back. Here's Phillip. Some good continuity from the Wallabies. Karevi takes so much stopping. Big man on little man. Now it's Hannigan. Phillip. Good leg drive. Phipps. There's a dummy. Gets it out to Rob Simmons! And Simmons looks up. Nobody in front of him. He's got his first try for the year. 61-16. Rob Simmons.
Well, instrumental to that was the way Phillip was able to get over the advantage line every single time that he touched the footy. Created another one here, got over, got a few extra yards, and the quick ball, Phipps just had a little dart, created some space. Good line from Rob Simmons.
Really nice line. Good build-up from the Wallabies, as you expect. And the challenge in these games, I think, for the Wallabies in years gone by is they'd play scrappy and they'd win by a few and you'd be disappointed. I'm not disappointed at all with the performance today. Japan have come out, they're very competitive, tackled very hard, gone at the breakdown incredibly hard. And the Wallabies have dealt with that. managed to put 50 plus on them. Reece Hodge, first time, adds the extras, but first time playing at 10, has had a really, really good game.
The Wallabies of the past would certainly get a little carried away with a performance such as this, and the next game would be ordinary. So Michael Checker's challenge, and I think he's got it pretty well covered with this side, is to keep the head screwed on. It isn't against a top 5 team in the world.
So Simmons, the try scorer. Back to Joe Powell. Out to Phillip. What a great opportunity for these replacements for the Wallabies to have a bit of fun now.
Okay, stop.
Matsuda. And Matsushima. Down to Hodge. This is up for Powell. Good footwork from Matsushima, but we'll come back.
Couple of poor options. 13-14 minutes to go. The Wallabies should be targeting another 15-20 points. Justin Harrison, former great Wallaby there in the background. Those ears were never very pleasant. Damien Smith, Matty Cobain coaching over there. A number of the guys coaching at the game.
It's a fair bench in the stands as well.
Yep. Damien Smith will be pleased you said that he's a fair, make a fair bench.
Well, I'm just talking about the classic Wallabies now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are very classic.
They wouldn't go the 80.
A couple of little classic games on over there in the last couple of days.
Wouldn't go 80. They wouldn't go 8, Sparky. 80.
So 22, Yu Tamura. Can he get this Japanese backline moving? Shota Hori is not there anymore, so it is Etsushi Sakate in his 9th Test cap, throwing into the line-out and finding his captain Leach. And here we go. The brave blossoms. Murphy. And Murphy getting very close. He's over the line and he gets it down. That is a try to Japan. Emanaki Murphy. 5th Test try.
Really disciplined about maintaining their shape of that rolling maul. They didn't panic when the pressure came on back of them, and it spun off to the side, out to the right-hand side. Those 3-4 players still kept nice and tight.
Yeah, it's excellent play. Japan Coons, we spoke about how good they are mauling that low body height. Many of their players come out of those in as juniors. It's a good kit too, the extras added. But as young players and young men, they spend a lot of time squatting down near the ground. Culturally, they've got that low body height.
Tamura adding the extra 2.
10 minutes, Nick. Good communication.
They'll be happy with their second half, Japan. Scoring a couple of tries.
Japan, Pool A in Rugby World Cup 2019. Ireland, Scotland, they'll play against Europe 1, which will probably be Romania. They're going on current form. They also will be up against a playoff winner.
See a surprise coming, Clarkie.
Tamura. Good take. Hodge. Robertson. He has re-signed with the Waratahs and the Wallabies for a couple of seasons. Now, Hodge gives it to Karevi. Phillip.
Yeah. Same bloke again. Number 4, Himeno. He's lethal at that.
Utamura. Good touch finder. Well, they're desperate to try and find a new lock. Himeno on debut, usually a flanker, but you'd think he's probably done enough to hold the spot for the upcoming tests against Tonga and France as they put it through the hands. And Tiapa, another man on debut, goes to ground on halfway. The new scrum half, Yutaka Nagare. Ducking underneath is Matsushima.
Really had a good game, Matsushima.
Oh, and there's a... No, he managed to hold on just like a leech, and now the penalty goes to Japan.
Wallabies offside, front of the last feet.
Yeah, it's Kurandrani way back before.
Kaite Nagaki is on the ground. He actually got a Super Rugby cap 1, in fact, for the Melbourne Rebels in 2015. The loose head prop for Japan. So, last time they were in this position, they were able to score from the rolling wall. Can they do it again? And Nagaki in trouble there, so it looks like he's going to leave the field, and Yamamoto will come on in jersey 17. Yamamoto from the Yamaha Club. Japan getting plenty of support in Yokohama. Nagare. Thunderbolt. Kelman goes in digging, misses it. Tiapa. Nagare. Good defence, Wallabies. Nagare again, looking for runners. They continue to work to the right, and Murphy goes to ground, and Moore is over the top of him. Can't get his hands on it, and running onto it is Tiapa, and then he loses it. And he is disappointed.
Oh, they've been running that line all day. And all of a sudden it opens up, the first one to open up this great quick ball. This bloke's like a jack in the box. You cannot hold on to him. It's Tsushima.
Well, here's the perfect running line. Good hands there from Leach to control that at the end. And now, oh, he's over the line. He scored a try last week against the World 15. Sione Tiapa, the man from Kubota. 30 years of age on debut, and a try goes begging.
I think he was even surprised that the ball even got to him.
So Powell.
Good solid scrum from the Wallabies.
And a good hit up from Karevi. Hodge. Safely into touch. They can breathe a little easier. Bit of claret coming from the nose of Reece Hodge.
Much better talk then from the Wallabies. You could hear the call, hold, 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 then go, go, go. It's telling the forwards to stop, and then when they're put on side, go.
63-23. 5 remaining in Yokohama. Wallabies looking to win every test on a spring tour for the first time in a long time. I think 96 was the last time they went undefeated on the Northern Tour. Important that they just hold them out now. There's a knock on by Leach.
There's no doubting their fitness. They've got plenty of running in them.
Yep, Wallabies will be looking now. 4 minutes to go. Score the last try, put 70 on your opposition, and it's a heck of a good day's work. Ben McCalman brings a different dimension to the Wallabies, their back row. Bloke who can genuinely compete for the ball on the ground. He's been in there a couple of times, almost generated the turnover. It is that slight little bit of unbalance we have in the back row. McCalman adds a little different dimension to it.
The Japanese, they are 3 from 42 in test matches against Rugby Championship and Six Nations teams. So in other words, Tier 1 nations. They beat South Africa in 2015 in that Rugby World Cup boil-over. They beat Italy in 2014 and Wales in 2013. Terrific to see the Japanese enjoying their rugby. And they don't have long to wait until Rugby World Cup 2019. Discipline has been pretty good for the Wallabies because they haven't considered a yellow card since, well, they've gone now 8 tests without conceding one. Hope I don't speak too soon. It's the longest streak since 2011. Rob Simmons got through 75 minutes.
I wonder if that's a head. Must be a head incident. Rory Arnold back on the field. Adam Coleman back on the field.
Powell puts it in. Third cap for Joe Powell. And the penalty goes to the Wallabies. Good work by the men up front. And it is terrific to see Ben McCalman back. Just one appearance in Super Rugby this year because of injury. And made a comeback in a Wallaby goal last week and impressed. So he's on the tour and it's his 50th cap today. As we count down the final few minutes, Rod and Phil, Wallabies with 3 tough games in the UK to come. Wales, England and Scotland. What do you want to see from them, apart from victories?
Continuation of this sort of form, playing with purpose.
Karevi wide, Korobetti puts it over to Spate. Pick and go, Korobetti. And now the penalty goes against the Wallabies.
Not sure what that was for, but gee, I like the way Korobetti's working hard to get his hands on the ball.
Well, he's the only one of the 4 Fijian-born players that hasn't scored a try today.
A couple of good pick and drives he's had.
So that's Ishima. He's been a standout. He's made the 15 jersey his own. He's beaten off the challenge from Ayumu Goromaru. Goromaru, in fact, had to play for the World 15 last week, not required to play for Japan. And there's a grubber kick and putting it into touch.
That's poor options.
2 minutes left, Nick. 2 minutes.
Poor option from Tamura. Wallabies did well to defend, kept coming forward. Just gave Tamura, showed him the hole to kick through it. He did. Suckered him into that. Good defence.
Stephen Moore. 13th season of international rugby for Stephen Moore. All coming to an end at the end of this tour. Powell back in the pocket as Hodge thumps it.
Breeze has really picked up there at the ground.
Magane waits for it. Straight through. Catching them napping, Sione Teapa. Needed support though. And now he coughs it up. And Arona is there to claim it for the Wallabies. Tamani. Hodge. High ball. Tsushima. Again he beats the first man. And the second. Loose carry though. Went backwards. And now a little isolated. And being caught in the middle there was Ned Hennigan, so they take it quickly. And running onto it is Ivalu. They get a Omura, and out the back it goes. Hasuki Himano. Crowd roaring. They want another try from the Brave Blossoms. Still trying to get over the advantage line. There is Himano. And all of a sudden, they're on the front foot, Japan. Sakate goes to ground.
Cowan.
And the penalty goes against the Wallabies, so one final fling here for Japan. They want a scrum. 63-23. And Japan want to have the final say.
Oh, it's been a tremendous last 15 minutes from Japan. I was hoping at the 15-minute mark the Wallabies would be able to come and score a couple more. We put them away. Japan have rallied and come back.
They scored 25 points in the loss to the Wallabies at Ballymore in 1975. That's the most points they've scored against Australia. So can they better that mark? They're going to run it. And it is Lafayette, who's only about 3 metres out. McKelman going in there, trying to make a nuisance of himself. They get rid of him. Himano spins out of one, and he is over! Kazuki Himano. Most points the Japanese have ever scored against Australia. What a finish. Nice to see the smiles on the faces in the stand in Yokohama.
Well, if there's any forward out there from the Japanese side that deserves a try, it's Himano. Been over the ball at the breakdown the whole time. Manages to spin out a good contact on the initial hit. He spun out of that tackle. A little lazy defence by a few of the other Wallaby players there.
The extras are added, so a little bit of confidence there for Japan at the end. Half-time, Australia led by 35-3. Full-time, Australia 63, Japan 30. 9 tries to 3 in the end. So 1 down, 3 to go. We'll take a break and then we'll come back and wrap it all up.